Hello, welcome back. It's G-Man, My World 67. Hey, good to see you. Glad you made it to the channel. What we have here today in this video is a video on this Lionel Baby Ruth Curtis Candy Company Pennsylvania Railroad car. This is 027. And as you can see, the sun, exposure to the sun has taken its toll on one side of the car. Completely faded out compared to this side. And we have a problem. The end of this car has been broken out, but we have it right here, fortunately. This is a pretty simple fix. I just wanted, since I was going to repair this car, I decided to go ahead and make a quick video on the repair and the recoloration of the shell. Okay, let's get started. All right, we have the end piece, which is still in pretty, color-wise, is still in pretty decent condition. We're going to take it. Real simple fix. And we're going to put a little glue around the edges of the shell itself. And then we're going to add a little bit of glue to the piece that's broken out. Why we do both is because it will adhere better, and once it's dry, there'll be a seamless bond. Also, I wanted to show you the end of this is broken off here, and so we'll make a little tab and replace it. Now, it won't be exact, but it will look good enough that it will be okay. First, we're going to do the inside of the shell. Trying to be careful not to get too much in there as we're putting glue on the other piece that's broken out also. And when you have a break like this, it's good to do both pieces too, because there's areas that the glue doesn't get into when you put it on just the one surface. This helps to give you a total bond. Again, we're using plastic model cement. Let that dry a few seconds. This is the frame. And as you can tell, this is a post-war car. Has the post-war trucks on it. And the frame chassis is in, wheels is in really decent shape. Cleaned them up already. Okay, let's take this piece and place it in its perspective place here. I want to make sure each area is sitting right in where it goes. Squeeze it together a little bit. There we go. I'm going to take the end of this towel and wipe off the excess that's squeezed up out of there. Where we can. Before it dries. And then we squeeze and press it a little more. Hold it in place. You want to maintain its integrity. Not really a lot of work to this. And I probably should have the light, the camera light on, so that you can get a better view of this. Let's see if we can turn it on. No, it wouldn't allow us to turn it on now, so. Now a little bit of glue spilled over into this area here across the rib. We'll just take the screwdriver, wipe that up out of there. Some on this side. Again, we'll wipe that out of there. a little bit around this wheel and under here, under the tipple there. Which we're not going to worry too much about the tipple. Okay, that's pretty straight. And in 15 minutes, that'll be completely dry. Now, but as always with any repair like that, even though the glue may have been dry in a certain amount of time, it's still better to wait until the next day before you actually disturb it or use it in anything that's going to draw or pull on it. So tonight, this evening, in this video, we won't be putting this screw in to the hole, even though this actually butts up flat against this end brace in the end of the chassis. The reason for that is because even though it is mounted up, butted up against it, it still might create a little stress on the shell and on this corner. So we're not going to do that. This evening in this video. See a little more glue there. There we go. Now what I have here is a red permanent marker. And these red permanent markers are not all exactly the same. Some of them are darker than others. Some of them are redder than others. And so you might want to get 2 or 3 different permanent markers from different companies and see what shades you have when you get ready to do a red marker. It's the same way with the greens and the blues. They are also in different shades. And even though the cap might show you one shade, the marker itself might actually be yet another shade, depending upon what you're using it on. So I just wanted to point that out. But this is the red marker that we're going to use on this. And this is marks a lot. All right. So I'm going to start with this ridge. Now I'm going to come down. I'm not going to take a lot of time with it because I just want to cover it right now and give it an opportunity to dry, and then go back and touch it up and make sure that every area is covered. I hope you can see that. You see it matches, it blends in almost perfectly with the rest of the car. This car is boxcar red, by the way. And so we're going to do the end of the tipple. on the roof, the end of the roof line. And I'm going to skip this graded area here right now and the graded area through the center. And I'm going to show you why when we get done. We're going to go ahead and do each one of these panels. You might have to flip your marker end to edge. Turn it to where it works best for you. Hope you can see this. And you don't have to put any pressure on your marker. If your tip is still good, there should be plenty of ink flowing down into that felt tip. As I said, we just do this real quickly. We're not trying to completely cover it. Just want to make sure those panels are all covered right now. And again, we're going to miss this end grate right now. And we're going to do this other side. Okay, now we're going to go and we're going to do each one of these ribs. And we'll do the same on the other side. And we got to come down. And we'll go down the size of the walk ramp, the center ramp. And now we'll do the center ramp. If you save that till last, you see why or how once you've got everything else done and you begin to do this center ramp, how the center ramp just kind of like feeds in. And you can see much better where you need to go back over it again. Now we can do this great panel here that's actually a door and a grab bar. And it's a vent also. As you can see, we now have a red baby roof car. Again, at least the top matches the bottom fairly well. Now we're going to go back down this end of this car again. Missed a spot right there. Got it. All right. Looking good. Now we're ready to start the process of doing this side. And we just basically do the same thing, panel per panel. And we'll have to go around the lettering and things. We'll make sure we get that edge. Very important. Now it's hard to get up on the roof, like I said, in these areas, so you have to really set it down. And when you get ready to go back over it. And I'm just doing it now so you can get an idea of how it needs to be done in order for it to be effective. But we actually want that to dry before we go back and start touching up that edge. Now I'm going to pause the video for a moment and then we'll be right back. And I'm going to do a little work and we'll come right back.